Hey guys, Katie Taylor here at scrappinkaty.com, where I show you how to preserve your family's memories through the art of scrapbooking. It is March, which means that it is time for another Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and here is day one. I am going to be using Life's a Hoot for this particular video. I absolutely love this collection. I'm usually not a big purple person, but you'll see why here in just a second. Absolutely love it. I'm going to walk you through the paper collection as well as the sticker sheet right quick. But I wanted to just show you some artwork in the catalog before I do that. So here is that January through March catalog, and here is where you will find Life's a Hoot. On page 24, you will see me make this layout here in just a couple of days. And then here is a look. We've got the paper collection with or without the sticker sheet, the coordinating cardstock. The embellishments are currently on back order. They're sold out. I'm not sure if we'll get some more or not, so stay tuned. You've got the digital collection, and then you've got the PML cards. And then you have a couple of stamp sets. Now, I did use this stamp set over the weekend. Absolutely love it. I will be showing you some tips and tricks on that one. And then you've got the Life's a Hoot scrapbooking stamp set. Now remember, during the month of March, it is Stamptacular, so all these stamp sets, as well as the stamp set thin cut combos, will be on sale. So make sure you click that Stamptacular link down below to shop that sale. Here is what I wanted to show you. So if you are a follower of mine, you probably recognize these kids. That is our oldest son and his gorgeous, both inside and out, fiance. And I just love this layout that Close to My Heart did, featuring just several photos of them over a course of a year or two. So I'm hoping to actually remake that as well. So now let's take a look at the paper collection. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the sticker sheet, as I kind of move that back and forth, you can see that gold foil. I absolutely love when Close to My Heart does that to the sticker sheets. And then let's take a look at these patterns before I cut all of these up. So you get 6 sheets of paper in each paper collection, but there's 3, but they're front and back. So you see the back of that one and then the front, so on and so forth. But these are the 6 different patterns that you'll get. So pretty and cute. Again, I'm not usually a purple person. You can see I had to match my nails for this. But I absolutely love this collection, mainly because of this right here, and then of course that sticker sheet that it's gold. You guys know I love polka dots, all things dots, but even all of these patterns are just so pretty. So let me clear my desk and we will get started with day 1 sketch of 30 days of sketches from Christie's Beautiful Life, series 11. So here is a look at that sketch. It's got 4 square photos. I'm going to be using 3, and then one of those spots will be where I will journal. And then of course, I love the title that's kind of scripted going up, the little floral clusters, and then the strips of paper, and then kind of a wider piece of paper. This side could either be your layout base, or maybe even a more subtle pattern paper or light cardstock. And this sketch is from Jessie, and I will leave a link down to Christie's Beautiful Life Facebook group if you want to catch all the sketches and all the artwork. Some of us are doing YouTube videos, some of us are just posting on Instagram, and then others are just posting in that group. So make sure you click the link down below if you want to go check it out. So I decided to go with 2 pieces of pattern paper instead of seeing the base. This one is cut to 5.5 by 12. This one is cut to 5 by 12. And then I have a zip strip from one of the pattern papers. This is our branding strip. I absolutely love to use these on layouts and cards. And then I have pulled in some sapphire cardstock. So I have 2 1/2" by 12 pieces of that cardstock, and then I am actually going to mount my photos on this piece of cardstock. Now my photos, I cut them down to 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and I am going to mat them on a 3 5/8 square white piece of daisy cardstock. So once you do all of that, that makes that piece of sapphire cardstock, the large one that these will be matted on, that makes that 7 5/8 by 7 5/8. And then, like I said, I have another 3 5/8 square for my journaling. And then I think I'm going to pull out some stamps since it is Stamptacular this month. To really make these pattern pieces of paper and this cardstock pop off the page, I am adding sapphire ink to the cardstock pieces as well as one of the pattern paper pieces. I am doing this with a sponge, and you can see here the difference that just sponging around that edge makes. It's something that's really quick to do and subtle enough just to kind of make that big impact. So I'm going to finish this up, but now is a good time to remind you that if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share with your friends. It helps my little YouTube channel out in the process, as well as you can shop those links below. So this layout pretty much is just adhered left to right, right to left, top to bottom, whatever, flush with each other. So I am going to start that process again on a white daisy piece of cardstock. It is my go-to for layout bases, and I'm going to start with one of the sapphire pieces of cardstock, again 1/2 inch by 12. Okay, and then the next piece is going to be this purple. Isn't it so pretty? I just absolutely love it. Now you did see that I ink distressed all the edges of my cardstock, and then that one piece of pattern paper. I did not do this grape just because since you have a piece that's ink distressed here and then I'll have one here, I just don't think it's necessary. So then I'm going to bring this in. I am calling this Cobblestone. It is cute, adorable. It's got, again, the sapphire kind of hues in it, but then you can see every once in a while it has the grape. And then the next piece is another one of these 1/2 inch strips. And then we're going to finish off this left side with a zip strip from one of the pattern papers. And I'm going to that like that. Now there is also Lagoon in this, but my daughter's team isn't really Lagoon. It's blue, but it's not Lagoon, and so I didn't want any of those colors to be in here. So you can see that the grape is kind of complementary to the pink, and if I'm using the wrong term, please excuse me, but that is the term I use. And then of course you've got the sapphire that is kind of you know, a play on that blue, but I just didn't want to bring in the Lagoon. So now we're going to bring in this large piece, and it is offset on the sketch to the right. Of course the sketch has really much smaller photos, but gotta lift that up to see if it's straight. But I think that these 3.5 ones will work just fine. Normally I would put this one on the bottom because she's looking up, but you've got so much space down here, so I think I'm going to do an embellishment cluster down there. So that's why she is going right there. For the title, I think I'm going to use Life's a Hoot because these girls are just laughing it up. I'm going to put it on some wax paper. Just going to tear that back, and that will allow me to put it several different places before actually adhering it down. And then there are some of these. So I like On This Day, Hootie Cutie, Happy Place, Love Smile. I love this. I love the Everyday Smiles, but I'm actually saving that for another layout that I have in mind. And then I also have some stamp sets. So I think I'm going to use the banner on this one. I like these little tick marks and that on that one. I love Friends Forever. And then I'm kind of liking this little thing that I might actually stamp maybe right there. So we'll see about that. But first things first, I know I'm going to stamp this banner. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off the carrier sheet and attach it to a block. And again, the stamps are on sale right now on my website as part of Stamptacular. So if you like any of these stamp sets or any of the other ones, you definitely can go to my website. I'll leave it linked down below, and you can grab any and all the stamp sets that you want. So I'm just going to pat this with my fingers. When it's a brand new stamp set, you want to remove that protective coating that comes on all of our stamp sets. And you can do that just simply by adding the oils from your fingers. And I am going to use sapphire ink. And I'm actually going to use this a couple of times. So I'm not going to do any masking, so I don't want to go too far off. But I like that. And then I think I'm going to come back and do that. And it may look weird that that's just right there, but I'm planning on maybe putting a sticker or an embellishment there, or my title might even run into that. Yeah, so I am really liking that. Background elements is another must-have. I use it all the time. Especially you can see the ones that are really, really loved. I'm going to be using these X's right here to add some faux stitching. It's one of my favorite things to do. Now I do machine stitch on my layouts, but you know, sometimes I just want to be lazy, and this is a quick and easy way to kind of get that stitching look. And I love X's. It's one of the simplest things to do. Clean that up. It's one of the simplest things to do, especially if you're going to hand stitch. So if you don't have a machine to stitch, but you like that that texture on your layouts, just start with X's. Isn't that cute? I just love that. Let me clean that up. And then before I do any more stamping, I definitely want to close that, and then I kind of want to look at the sticker sheets and kind of get that in place as far as my title and embellishments, and then I can always come in and fill in with some stamps. I'm going to look at the sticker sheet and decide which stickers I want to use. I like to go ahead and take the adhesive backing off my stickers with an anti-static pouch. You can also use baby powder or maybe just the oils from your fingers, but it allows me to add 3D foam tape if I want. So I'm also going to just take some of these floral pieces, and again, that is just going to take that adhesive off the back, and that way if I want to, I can add 3D foam tape. If I decide not to, which happens quite frequently, then I'll just add liquid adhesive on the back or tape adhesive. This is an anti-static pouch that is used for embossing. So if you have something similar, just pull that out. And let's do this. So I'm going to cut that right there. And then I am putting down Life's first because I want it to end where that banner is, so it doesn't look like the banner's just going off into space. And then I'm going to take off Hoot, go ahead and get it adhered down, and then underneath that owl, I'm thinking I want to add some stamping. It's just really, really white. So see how white it is? I think I'm going to take, again, that background element stamp set that I absolutely love. And I think I'm going to just add some splatter behind him. I'm going to put it right there. And let's see how Mr. Owl looks now. Yes. And then I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. It's okay if they overlap because he's going to hide most of that. Isn't he cute? Now I'm thinking I want some right here. Let's actually sit right there. This has a lot of space that I'm not really digging, so I think I am going to add some strips of paper under here. So I've already cut these two, and although I told you I didn't want to use a whole lot of this blue, I think that it needs some because of that. So I am going to offset these, I believe. And so I'm just centering that. See, there's about 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. So kind of like that. That's a lot better that it has something on there over there. And then I am going to draw just a couple of journal lines because they don't need much. So I like to use my Versamat for this. That allows my T-ruler to set off the edge. And I am going to use one of our old style gray journaling pens to draw lines that will stay as lines. And I'm just going to go down every 1/4 of an inch. And yeah, I think that that is going to be it for this layout. So let me bring in that sketch and then we can take a look and compare them. So again, here's the look at the sketch. I stayed pretty true to the sketch in terms of the paper pieces and then the grouping of photos. My title, even though it's down here and I loved that it was scripted and I loved that it was sideways, I just couldn't make that work. So we've got Life's a Hoot down here and then my little cluster. Just didn't want to add the flowers. You guys saw me try to pull in these floral pieces, and even though they're adorable, it just couldn't make it work. So I did add these extra strips of pattern paper over to the left. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I love the additional stamping that I did, and of course that cute little owl plays on the title Life's a Hoot, which then plays on how playful these photos are. So don't forget that I will leave links down below to all the products that I used. If you are unable to purchase from those links for any reason, you can help in other ways that cost you no money by liking, sharing, commenting, and then just subscribing. If you aren't already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, sign up for notifications so you'll be alerted the next time I post a crafty video. And thanks for stopping by and watching. I always enjoy reading your comments. Thanks and have a great week.